prepare food for others, I am always concerned that everyone has enough. During the years I worked in campus ministry, the ministry didn't own its own property. We worshiped in the student union on campus, but for other events and activities, we usually met at our house. Over the years, my students learned through experience a truth that became spoken among them. No one leaves Pastor Kara's house hungry. Whether they hadn't had a chance to eat between classes and work that day, had their wallets stolen and couldn't buy their lunch, or didn't have any food in the house they were going home to, no one left my house hungry. I always had a snack when we gathered, but if students showed up and informed me they hadn't eaten all day, I would either find some leftovers, heat up a meal I had frozen, or whip up something using whatever was in the pantry and fridge. Sometimes I cleaned out the pantry, fridge, and freezer to send food home with a student that I knew had no food at home. Other times I took the student grocery shopping on the campus ministry's account. I have no idea how much food I fed these students over the years, but I did my best to make sure that no one ever left my home hungry. While this applies to feasting in the literal sense, I also think it applies spiritually as well. A motto for our churches ought to be, no one leaves Jesus' house hungry. In a spiritual sense, I think we are always going to be hungry for more, but it still applies, especially when we gather around the communion table. The tradition of the potluck in many churches is strong in this sense. I served one church that had a potluck after worship one Sunday a month. When a new family came to visit on Potluck Sunday, I invited them to come downstairs and join us for lunch after worship. The adults quickly said they couldn't possibly join us because they hadn't brought a dish to contribute. I assured them there would be more than enough. We finally made it downstairs and saw the buffet line spread out across several tables. One of the kids turned to me and said, "More than enough? You weren't kidding!" While many churches can be overly miserly concerning budgetary matters, I have seen the gospel of abundance play out at church potlucks time and time again. There is plenty for everyone. Jesus lived out this reality through more than one story in Scripture. Whether it was multiplying the loaves and fishes to feed a huge crowd or turning water into wine at a wedding celebration, Jesus understood the value of an excellent feast. In both stories, there was more than enough for everyone, with some left over.